Pablo Neruda. Original name Neftali Ricardo Reyes Basoalto. Born on July 12, 1904, Parral, Chile. Died September 23, 1973, Santiago, Chile. Chilean poet, diplomat, and politician who was awarded the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1971. He was perhaps the most important Latin American poet of the 20th century. Neruda was the son of José del Carmen Reyes, a railway worker, and Rosa Basoalto. His mother died after a month of Neruda's birth. And 2 years later, the family moved to Temuco, a small town on the south of Chile, where his father remarried. Neruda was a boy who began to write poetry at the age of 10. His father tried to discourage him from writing and never cared for his poems, which was probably why the young poet began to publish under the name of Pablo Neruda, which he was legally to adopt in 1946. He entered the Temuco's Boys School in 1910 and finished his secondary schooling there in 1920. Tall, shy, and lonely, Neruda read a lot, and he was encouraged by the principal of the Temuco's Girls' School, Gabriela Mistral. And his career and literary success was in 1921, at the age of 16. Neruda moved to Santiago to study French at the Universidad de Chile, with the intention of becoming a teacher. However, he was soon devoting all his time to writing poems. In 1923, his first volume of verse, Crepusculario, Book of Twilights, was published, followed the next year by 20 poemas de amor y una canción desesperada, 20 love poems and a song of despair, a collection of love poems that was controversial. Both of these works were very important because they became Pablo into a celebrity for his young career at the age of 20. In 1927, Neruda began his long diplomatic career and he moved frequently around the world. In 1936, the Spanish Civil War began, and Neruda chronicled the atrocities, including the execution of his friend Federico García Lorca in his España en el Corazón, Spain in Our Hearts. After that, he changed his poem about loves and surroundings for poems with communist thoughts. Diplomatic career. Over the next 10 years, Neruda could leave and return to Chile several times. Along the way, he was named Chile's consul to Mexico and won election to the Chilean Senate. He would also begin to attract controversy, first with his praise of Joseph Stalin in poems such as Canto a Stalingrado and Nuevo Canto de Amor a Stalingrado, and later for his poetry honoring Fulgencio Batista, Saludo Batista, and Fidel Castro. In the 1940s, his communist thoughts would no longer be a secret. He joined the communist then candidate as senator. After that, he dedicated the rest of his life to write about the bad situation of Chile and always asking for peace to everyone. He went through a lot of issues, but his ideology and his principal beliefs were his communist ideology. He explained that it was the Spanish troops, the only ones that were organized, the only ones who can maintain a strong spirit, but he never stopped believing in a better future for Chile, against the poverty and writing against the war and asking for peace. And that's the life of Pablo Neruda. Thank you.